عليا سيكون فنانة أمريكانية سمعنا بها أول مرة وقت اللي تلقات مع زياد غرسة في دورته الأخرى في مونريال. تعرفنا وقتها على فنانة تعزف العود ولكنها زادت توظف في أعمال غربية.
Take me back to the night we met. I don't know.
عليا سيكون كانت بيناتنا الأيامات الأخرى وقامت مجموعة من العروض، منها عروض في الكراكة وفي النجمة الزهرة. قامت زادة أثناء إقامتها في تونس بتسجيل فيرسيون متاعها من تحت الياسمينة في الليل الفنان الهادي جوين. استغلينا وجودها باستوديو أربيج أثناء التسجيل باش تعرفوا عليها أكثر، باش تحكينا على علاقتها بالموسيقى الشرقية وعلى إطار الدورة اللي تعمل فيها في تونس.
So 6 years ago, I went to Palestine for the first time, and it was in Palestine that I really fell in love with Arabic culture and the language and the sound of the music, because I've been a musician my whole life, studying piano and composing and enjoying music. But it was 6 years ago when I really heard Arabic music that it just really moved me and gave me a really strong desire to learn more about it. And since then I've traveled a lot to Palestine, to Lebanon, to Jordan, recently to Morocco, and made a lot of friends, and also at Berklee College of Music. So I'm meeting all of these people from around the Arab world who helped me understand more about the language and the culture and the music. And I was also fortunate to study with Simon Shaheen, who's a very prominent Oud Ma'allam in Palestine, from Palestine. He teaches at Berklee College of Music, which is where I went to school. So I was lucky to have all these different people around me that helped me really learn and cultivate understanding for this music that I just automatically had a love and a passion for that I can't explain. So the first 2 or 3 years of me studying the oud, I made a very conscious effort only to really play the traditional and study and understand the maqamat and gain the understanding that I didn't have before because I'm not Arab. So everything was new for me. So I spent the first 3 years saying, I'm not really going to innovate, I just want to really emulate the traditional style in order to have an authentic sound when I play the oud, and in order to honor the culture that I love so much that it came from. So this was the first stage. And then slowly as I became more of an advanced player, and I felt like I had a general understanding of maqamat and many musical experiences with the oud, I started to feel ready to take some liberty. But I always really wanted to make sure it was founded on a foundation of tradition. And so I also came to the understanding that the average person, they like to hear something both familiar and new at the same time. So, for example, when I play Fawq al-Nakhl or whatever song, Tahti Yasmina, it's familiar to people in this part of the world, but it's new for them to see an American doing it. On the other side, now I've been interested in doing the same with American music, because everyone knows the song Hallelujah or different things like that. And so I started exploring how to do more like arpeggios and almost chords on the oud to support my voice singing in English. And for example, I sang even the United States national anthem with their oud in English, so the idea of singing English and playing the oud in more of an accompanying chord harmony kind of way is a relatively new idea, and I'm excited to be part of that. He's a very, very accomplished percussionist, and he now lives in Paris and is playing with huge artists, working with Amin Bouhafa, a huge Tunisian composer. And he studied with me at Berklee for a few semesters, and we became good friends. He liked my music, so I immediately consulted him when I was planning this, and I said, can you please connect me to the best musicians in Tunis? I know that you know them. So he connected me to Sammy, and then Sammy was really involved, and he helped connect me to more. So it was like connecting the dots. So I arrived here on July 8th, so it's been about a full almost 3.5 weeks. And basically what happened was when I first worked with Ziad Gharsa and the US Embassy, it went very well, but it was very, very small and very almost last minute. So they said, why don't you come back and we'll do a bigger program. So take some time, write a proposal, and we'll make this happen. So I spent the springtime and the wintertime creating an idea of what kind of a tour I want to do, proposing the funding, proposing the message, and the message really is like bridging the culture between US and Tunisia. And when that proposal was approved, the plan was made. I booked my concert in Najma Zahra. I started contacting Tunisian musicians to accompany me because it's very important to me to play with local musicians from the country that I'm in. I did the same thing in Amman, in Jordan, just before Tunisia. And then actually it's a beautiful gift from God that a week before I arrived here, the Ministry of Culture heard I was coming and they invited me to perform in 2 of their music festivals. So it became much more of a tour than the original plan. And that was an amazing gift. And here we are recording because I was inspired by Taht al Yasmina, so I made this arrangement while I was here in Tunis just last 2 weeks ago. It's been very successful. Everyone loved it in the concerts. So I wanted to record it with my Tunisian band here in beautiful Tunis and get some beautiful footage of Tunisia and have it as like a piece of my tour that I can take home and share with everyone so that it'll never really be over. It depends, like when I'm on tour here, Tunisians know their oud.
Yeah, sure.
Or when I was on tour in Amman, Jordanians know their oud. But when I play in the States, I will end up with a combination of some people who are really excited about Arabic music. They might not be Arab just like me, but they love Arabic music. And sometimes people for whom the oud is totally new and they're like really fascinated by it. They think it's strange and interesting. So it's a nice combination. It's really fun to introduce people to this sound if they don't know it and then collaborate together using the sound. I was born with the name Aliya.
Okay.
Aliya. And that's how it's pronounced at home, Aliya.
Aliya. Okay.
But everyone here sees my name written down and they say Aliya. So here I'm Aliya. And that's totally fine.